Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you once again for joining for a new publication of results of LatinNCAP. In this opportunity, we're going to be presenting a new set of results for phase 15 of the program. So starting with our video, the model we tested in this opportunity is a Citroën C3 Aircross with 2 airbags standard in the most basic safety specification. It's made in Brazil. In terms of the equipment of the car, it does not have side head protection, not even as optional. Result for this car is 0 stars, and a concern weak protection for the chest on the passenger side in the frontal test and a poor protection for the neck in the rear impact. Here we see a regular speed or normal speed frontal, now with slow motion frontal crash test, and in this car we rated the structure as stable. Also the footwell area was rated as stable, which is good, but this is not enough to secure a better performance. The restraint systems did not offer a good protection for the chest of the passenger. As explained earlier, in this case the passenger received weak protection for the chest. When it comes to child occupant protection, the child occupant protection of this car, putting the dummies rearward facing with isofix anchored child seats, this is a very good option and showed good dynamic protection, but the marking of the isofix is not good enough, and this actually it's penalizing and taking a lot of points off from this car. When it comes to the side impact, it's important that we highlight the intrusion we have seen in the compartment, in the passenger's compartment, and the protection, the adequate protection for the chest without side airbags, and the rest of the body also was quite okay, but once again no side protection as standard for this car. When it comes to child occupants, with this child seats rearward facing using the anchorage, isofix anchorages showed full protection in this case for the child occupants, which is very good. And once again, this vehicle lacks of side head protection, not even as optional. The whiplash of the rear impact showed poor protection for the neck of the adult, and this is one more focus of concern. When it comes to pedestrian protection, most of the head areas were marginal, weak to poor, very little good protection for the head. And when it comes to the upper leg, the upper leg had some areas with good protection, but also very bad protection, or very low protection as well for the lower leg. Most of it with good protection, but overall the pedestrian protection should have been better. When it comes to ESC, the car showed a good performance in the ESC test. We are watching it now from the inside of the vehicle. And in terms of the most test scenarios, the vehicle had overall good performance and average to high speeds in the test. So as a summary of the results, we have this Citroën C3 Aircross basic passive safety equipment on 2 airbags with a 0-star result. Even or despite the stable structure and stable footwell area, the passive safety on the frontal test for the passenger side was actually very concerning, quite low, and a weak protection for the chest. That explained part of the point losses. On top of that, the vehicle does not have side head protection as standard, so the pole impact test was not performed, and also that justifies another big portion of the point losses. The vehicle does not have AAB, and the AAB in this box also penalizes for the adult occupant protection. And on top of that, the vehicle also could have been performing or could have performed better in the frontal test. When it comes to child occupant protection, despite the good dynamic on both child occupants using the child seats and rearward facing with isofix anchorages and support leg following the global best practices, the problem is that the marking of the isofix connectors penalize the car quite severely in terms of the scoring. On top of that, the warning of a rearward facing seat in the front seat in the passenger side, was not meeting the requirements. And on top of that, you cannot disconnect the passenger airbag in case you want to put a rearward facing seat on that position. On top of that as well, the installation of child seats scored quite low. When it comes to pedestrian protection, was in a quite good level, but AAB pedestrian is missing for this car, not even as optional. Last but not least, on the safety assist box of this car, electronic stability control was okay, but the seatbelt reminders was penalized quite severely because of malfunction of some aspects of it. And on top of that as well, the passenger side did not have a seatbelt reminder operational as we expected it to be. When it comes to speed limitation, there's nothing that you can have in this car like a device to limit the speed of the vehicle, not even manually. The car does not offer AEB, the car does not offer lane support systems, and no blind spot detection. That explains also the low score for the safety assist box. Before we say goodbye, we would like to thank once again to our main supporters, Bloomberg Philanthropies, FI Foundation, Tower Zero Foundation, Global NCAP, ICRT, and the IDB. And for all of you, thank you very much for joining for this new publication of results. We hope to see you very soon. We have a lot of cars to present until the end of the year. Thank you very much. Until next time. Bye-bye.